Hello, friends. Welcome to the awesome Algebro. Today, we're going to be taking a look at how to solve quadratics through graphing. First, it might help to understand what are quadratics. Okay, and quadratics, simple concept. It's basically an equation with a variable that's raised to the second power. And when you raise something to the second power, it gives you a curved graph called a parabola, or as I like to playfully say, parabola. So it gives us a curved graph and it helps us to recognize some of our answers very quickly. The answer to a quadratic equation is found when you graph it and finding the x-intercept. That's why graphing it is a very easy and very powerful way to solve these problems. Now, x-intercept has several different names. You have to make sure you remember these names. X-intercept is also known as roots, zeros, and solutions. So if you ever hear those words, roots, zeros, and solutions, they're all asking you for the x-intercept. Now, when we look at this parabola, we can see here our parabola had an x-intercept here and an x-intercept here. Parabolas can cross twice. The x-intercept, they can cross twice, they can cross once, and they cannot cross at all. Okay, so the answer or the solution to a quadratic problem is when you make a parabola when it crosses the x-axis. They're known as the x-intercept. Now, solving is easy, but you have to make sure something is also done. X-intercepts are called zeros for a reason. When you have an equation, your equation must be equal to zero. X-intercept is called zero for a reason. For instance, if we have x squared minus 15x plus 7 equals 0, we're good. Okay, everything's perfect. Everything checks out. But let's say you had x squared plus 5x minus 7 equals 3. That one does not check out because it's not equal to 0. You would have to do some math manipulation in order to make it equal to 0. Now, before you ask, if you don't see any equal sign at all, if you don't see an equal sign, it's okay. You can assume that it's good to go. Okay. Now, but what if it's not equal to 0? Well, no problem. We're going to just do some good old fashioned math. So let's look at our problem from earlier. X squared plus 5x minus 7 equals 3. Okay, no problem. All we need to do is add the opposite to both sides of the equation to make one side 0. Doesn't matter which side is 0 as long as one of the sides is 0, whichever one you like best. Okay, so let's look at this problem. Let's set up our scales. There's a 3 on one side that I want to move it and have 0 on one side. So I'm going to put the opposite on both sides. What's the opposite of 3? Negative 3. So I put it on here and I put it on the other side. Well, 3 minus 3 cancels out and gives me 0. So now I just need to do my math. X squared stays the same, plus 5x stays the same, but negative 7 minus 3 will give me negative 10. Now it's equal to 0. Now it's good to graph. Okay, let's look at two problems. What are the solutions to x squared minus 18 equals 7x? That is not equal to 0. So right now, we cannot solve it the way it looks, but let's work it out. We can if we just move a couple things around. We have to make one side equal to 0. So if I simply move the 7x and I get the opposite of both sides and put it on, I can cancel that out and get a 0 on one side. So I have 7x. The opposite of 7x is negative 7x. So I put negative 7x on both sides. Well, 7x minus 7x cancels out. That side will be 0. And as long as I write down the correct thing on the other side, I'm great. I should have x squared minus 7x minus 18. Done. Now I'm good to graph it, and we're going to do that right now. If we would have popped this into Desmos and come up with a graph, we would have noticed that it crossed the x-axis twice. We had two x-intercepts, here, here. And in this particular case, we would have gotten x equals -2 for one, and we would have gotten x equaled 9 for the other one. So this crossed the x-axis twice. We had two x-intercepts, two roots, two zeros, and it crossed twice. Okay, let's see if we can do another problem. What are the solutions to 3x squared equals 18x minus 27? Okay, again, that's not equal to 0, so we need to work it out and see if we can move some things around. And again, it does not matter which side equals 0, as long as one side equals 0. So it will be easier to move 3x squared to the other side by subtraction. So I subtract 3x squared on one side, subtract 3x squared to the other side. These two things cancel out. That side is now 0. All I have to do now is just graph whatever's left over. Perfect. 3x negative 3x squared plus 18x minus 27. Now that's good to graph. And when I graph it, when I plug that in the Desmos and graph it, notice this time it only crossed once. Okay, it crossed once here. There's only one x-intercept, only one root, only one zero. There's only one solution. Okay, and that's right there. In this case, it would be x equal 3. And there we go. Easy peasy, super easy. And I hope this helps, and I hope this helps you on your test very much. Hello, friends. Welcome to the Awesome Algebra. Today, we're going to be taking a look at how to solve quadratics. Thanks for watching the Awesome Algebra. Please be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe for the most awesome algebra tips available. And again, thank you for making me a part of your day.